And now to the Gulf States region. Tropical Storm Isaac is weakening as it crawls toward the heartland, but it left a lot of damage and heartbreak in and around New Orleans. A Coast Guard helicopter. 2 victims are still hospitalized after a 100-year-old driver plowed his car into a group of elementary school students and adults. All are expected to. Having no cash is no longer an excuse for skipping the tip. A New York college grad has invented a device that allows you to use your credit card to show your appreciation for good customer service. KCAL9's Dave Carlin shows us. Well, the artifacts that make up family history, like old documents and photographs, are often lost or misplaced, but no one expects to find them in the trash. KCAL9's Gabe Erickson shows us how a garbage man combined his job and his love for history to make one family very happy. Well, we're heading toward the last blast of summer, and lots of people are getting ready for that Labor Day barbecue.
And of course, you got the burgers and the dogs and the ribs, but how about something a little different this year? Maybe pineapple salsa pork chops, just what I was thinking of, and lemon dill salmon. Adam Taki with Amazing Taste is here to show us how. Welcome back.
Thank you, David.
Good to see you again.
Great to see you as well. So we're keeping it super healthy, but we're not sacrificing any flavor. We're actually spicing it up totally. For me, buddy. A rough chop. Nice rough chop. I got to see your knife skills here.
Okay, look at this.
Oh, look at that. That is.
Always been very careful to always cook it so it's not pink anymore because you don't want to get sick. I mean, how well do you have to cook it?
Well, I've been grilling all summer long, I'm sure you can imagine. And I'm always at my friend's house manning the grill, and they see me walking around with a thermometer. This is like, and they always go, Adam, why do you have a thermometer? And I go, well, I want to ensure that your food is cooked properly.
Right.
145, that is the standard that pork needs to be cooked to.
Okay.
145 degrees.
And would you say most people actually overcook it because they're too careful, and then it comes out kind of like
and
a
that
piece
will
of
again
rock?
dry it out.
Yeah.
And now what we've done is we've seasoned our pork chops with a grape, cut it in half.
Ooh, this feels good. That salmon looks beautiful. Smells good too.
Super easy to cook. It's wild Alaskan coho I got today. It's a nice thin, it has a nice pink texture. And
this seafood
it's the amazing
seasoning.
taste
That's
seafood
the
seasoning.
secret
That's
right
a
there.
secret.
And look how easy it is.
It's a nice lemon flavor.
All of it?
Yeah, all of
Okay.
it. Natural lemon flavor. There's some of the greatest dill available mixed in there.
I see that. Did you just keep the skin on the salmon?
Yeah, now that's something I like to do. I like to keep the skin on because what that's going to do is we keep the moisture and we keep the flavor in. And that's how I do it. I start. Now, let's talk about one thing. Fish has a tendency of sticking to the grill.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it sure
does.
does.
So what I like to do, especially salmon, I take a potato, I cut it in half, and then I rub it on the grate of the grill before I put my salmon on, before I oil it.
A raw potato?
Yeah, a raw potato. And what this does is the grate there's little itsy bitsy grooves. All of them have that. And that's what that sticks to the salmon, causing it to, it gets caught on. So this helps. Let's take a bite for me, Leyna. Go for it. I got to get
Take a bite?
Yeah, come on here.
But
Let's serve this.
Just like that?
Why not? Here you go.
Okay. How about this?
Well, it's
How about this
already
thing that I worked so
seasoned. I
hard
was
for?
just showing you how quick. That's the marinade. That's the marinade.
Okay, silly me.
And what I like to do is I like to cut the salmon in little 4 to 6 ounce pieces because I find it is easier to maneuver while it's on the grill instead of a big slab.
Right, okay.
Oh my goodness.
And so how long was this salmon in the marinade there?
So good.
Well, I marinated it for about 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Now, you could just,
that's it.
depending how much you're marinating, the more it's going to permeate and just pack that salmon full of flavor.
All right. Wow. Simply amazing.
Definitely. And I'll tell you one other thing.
Okay.
For cooking any salmon on your stove,
Thank you, Adam.
getting rid of that smell.
Very good.
Yummy. Thank you. Happy Labor Day.
Thank you. Happy Labor Day to you, and go cook some pork and salmon and have fun.
For more information about Adam. And coming up next year, Evelyn Taft will be back with a look at the weather, a little update on those thunderstorms that are out there.
And chaos tonight belongs to Mitt Romney. The Republican presidential candidate accepts his party's nomination, and then he delivers the most important speech of his political life. KCAL9's Randall Pinkston has a preview of what we can expect. It might not be such a smart idea to download free apps to your smartphone. KCAL9's Elizabeth Cook shows us how they can put your personal information at risk of being accessed or even stolen. The chosen candidate will join the current women models to help highlight prizes available to lucky contestants.
2.
From carb obsessions to food cravings, if these common hang-ups are keeping you from reaching your weight loss goal, there are some simple and natural ways to help break them up.
Herbal pharmacist David Foreman joins us now to share us some tips on this. And of course, I think one of the biggest things people turn to herbal supplements for is weight loss. And one of the hardest things to do is cut down on carbs.
Yeah, I think it's the leading category, and that's for white kidney bean extract. But what it does is it will block your body's ability to break the starchy foods down into sugar. When our body breaks the pasta and bread into sugar, breaks it down into sugar, we then can convert it into fat. So what this will do is you can take it with or during a meal that's contains starches, potatoes, rice, pasta, that kind of stuff. You
take it before the meal or after?
Right before, right during, after it's kind of late. But what it does is it'll block your body's ability to break down over 50% of the starches in that into sugar.
Wow.
Kind of cool, right?
So it would be like you ate half as much of whatever you're eating?
Exactly. Now, these are some examples of bad guys. If you go to your health food store, a lot of times you'll have these like super potent weight loss formulas, and they contain these ingredients. So these
we'll go out on
that's a whole other segment, right?
Yeah. Come back and we'll talk about that.
Great.
Thanks, David.
Now, before is there anyone who should not be taking herbal supplements? And still ahead, a bunch of bearded men got into a hairy situation with police.
They were on their way to help raise money for cancer.
I'm Leyna Nguyen. Thanks for watching the news at 2. The news at 3 starts right now.